Hello and welcome, my name is Parky and today we're playing some more Cities XXL. You meet me back in Pakistan where things have happened since last time. This is kind of unintentional because I went to record a couple of days ago and unfortunately Fraps completely died and corrupted my save file. So what happened was I basically had to save what I'd done and hope that you didn't mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain very quickly what's gone on in the meantime. So the most notable thing to note was that we're having some problems with our money again, obviously, because that happens every single time we put anything down in this game. These cash tokens that I allocated in the last episode were causing some problems, but for some reason they've now stabilised, and every 10 minutes or so the exported cash tokens in the negative was sort of getting less and less. For some reason, I don't really know how that works. That helped us. I don't know. I'm putting my hands up in the air. I don't know what I've done with that. But aside from that, again, most notably, we removed a lot of the metro that we put down because I realised that it was completely draining all of our money. We also got rid of the airport because we had something like 40 people travelling on it every day, but it was costing me something like 20,000 every day. It was something ridiculous. I don't know. So I got rid of that, and I've done a bit of repositioning of some utilities, such as education. They're not really utilities, but you get my drift. We've put a few more of these around the place, got rid of some of the bigger ones. Generally had a sort out. So we should be okay to continue. God camera, what are you doing? Right, so another thing that I've done is I've started expanding the amount of houses that we've put down in these areas and trying to improve the satisfaction, because the major issue we're facing right now is that no one wants to actually move into the city, even though there's loads of plots of land where they can move in, because the satisfaction in certain areas is really terrible. So after that mouthful, I've decided that I need to start looking at more of these things and doing a bit more micromanagement, which is not always the most exciting thing in the world, but it's going to hopefully help us in the long term. So what I thought I'd done last time was actually improve all this anyway. So God knows, maybe, did I not save the progress with that? Probably didn't save the progress. So what we need to do is we need to start putting down some education in these areas, because as you can see, it's pretty goddamn awful. We've got sort of a nice green area over here. There's a few areas of green in this place, but in general everyone's sort of very unhappy. So there's a load of housing development here that we've put down. One thing I would like to do here is probably, well, put down some more of this. Now, one thing that I've noticed is, obviously the higher up in here you go, the better the quality of education gets. However, it costs an absolute shit ton to put it down. And I've also noticed that there's a need for mixing the types of education that you put down. So we put down a middle school, which is great and everything, right? But then if you put down one of these, a multi-purpose school, it doesn't improve anything. However, if you put down an elementary school, everyone's fucking happy. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put down one of these here. Unfortunately, this is all going to decrease the amount of cash flow that we have, but I'm hoping that obviously the benefits gained from people moving in when we place these down, from them having, well, a good education, and having therefore better satisfaction, would mean that everyone's a bit happier. That's the theory anyway. Whether that actually works or not is another question. I'm just going to hope that it does at this point in time. So what we're going to do is we're going to place all of this down here as wooded area. I don't know whether this is actually improving the level of satisfaction. I don't know whether that's actually how it works in general. But that's what we're going to go with. Either way, it's going to improve the amount of, well, decrease the amount of pollution in the area, which is absolutely lovely indeed. It's good for everyone, right? Not breathing in soot. I'd hate to live in Pakistan. It's like whatever game I build Pakistan on, it's just dreadful. I'm actually looking on my channel to start some new series, and I don't know whether you guys watching this series have any ideas of new games that you'd like me to play. But preferably, well, not preferably, maybe a simulation game like this where you can build something. I think they generally do a bit better on my channel. I'm thinking about starting a series on Spore, which might be of interest to some of you, so it might be an idea just to keep an eye out on my channel, because I don't know what I'm even doing at the moment. Unfortunately, it's a really rubbish time for me making videos, which I will describe and explain hopefully in a vlog coming out soon, but it's pretty rubbish, basically. But it's going to improve, I promise. Right, so that's all that sorted. Now looking at education again, this is all we're going to be doing, unfortunately. Just more of this micromanagement. I'm hoping we're going to sort it out. I mean, if you look already, there's a lot more green in the area. This up here, this little area here is our prime area for satisfaction, which is wonderful. So we don't have to worry too much about what's going on over there. And we've created this little pocket over here as well. And this is one that I really need to focus on probably as a priority. Because what I've done is I placed down a little grouping of slightly cheaper but effective sort of utilities, being, you know, security, education, fire service and all that. So these guys should be pretty happy. Having said that, their fire satisfaction is a bit low. So of course what we could do is put down a small fire station here and hope that it covers both of these areas, which would be good. Although 1,000, construction costs 6,000, but the range is a hell of a lot better. It might be better just to place one of these down, maybe here, because then we can expand around it in the future. Okay, right, so that's going to sort this area out here for fire. This is medium satisfaction. Leisure is the only problem over here. So I'm feeling as though maybe education again is really, really difficult. I don't know how or what the best way of going about this is. I guess a small education might be good, 1,000, but then it's green, isn't it? So it starts, again, you start wondering what the hell you can do to improve this sort of thing. Currently these guys have no education whatsoever, so I could possibly just put down... I don't know whether if one of these is going to be more effective than the others. I think these generally all do the same when there's nothing, when there's no satisfaction. So what we could do is put down one of these over here, like that. Now these guys are going to have some satisfaction with education. And if we now look again, what we can do is now mix this up over here, possibly by putting down just a school. What do they want? A middle school? High school? It looks like they don't actually want any of this. School? Yeah, they want a normal school, which we could put down, and it would cover a large chunk of our town. I'm feeling as though we maybe put it in the middle here somewhere, so it covers a greater proportion of this area. Maybe somewhere in here, although we're lacking of room anyway, aren't we? We could put it here. No room for the building. We're just going to go for it. Unfortunately, we are already lacking in income. So as you can see, as soon as you start trying to improve things minutely in areas, you start running into problems. And I just have no idea how to progress in the game without just going into the red constantly. So I guess what we need to do is just carry on placing down buildings and hoping people move into them. I really can't think of anything else. So let's just do that. Let's just start putting down a shit ton of empty plots and hope that people move in. Because I genuinely can't think of anything else. It's really difficult with games like this because although they give you indications as to what's going wrong and what people need and things like that, they don't often help with micromanagement to a large degree. Not to the degree that I would like, anyway. But again, that might just be because I'm stupid, which is very likely. Okay, so this is an absolute terrible idea. Can we just place down something, even if it's a weird shape? I don't really care at this point. I have to say, I do like the game a lot. For all the moaning that I've given, all the bereavement or whatever, it is a good game. And I would highly recommend it to whoever wanted to go for a city builder type simulation game. Although one thing I would note is just be warned about the level of micromanagement. If that's the sort of thing that you like, and juggling where you place down services and things like that, then this is a game for you. In terms of if you want a sort of, a game to sit down with casually and hopefully just, expand and you know, just a bit of fun, kind of like SimCity. I think SimCity is better for the more casual scene, but if you're into the sort of real, hey, I want to build something really crazy and high-tech and cool, then this is probably it for you. But for me, I'm not one of those people. I like just sort of, you know, don't get me wrong, I like micromanagement. I don't like having to worry about going into into debt every time I place down a single building. I don't know, maybe I'm complaining too much, but what we're going to do is we're going to place down another hotel. And I don't know whether any of these in particular are going to help these places. It looks as though there's a bit of yellow satisfaction over here. You definitely want to look out for the roads, because they use this colouring system. They're yellow right now, which means they're moderately satisfied, but obviously you don't want moderately satisfied, you want highly satisfied, so you want it to be green. But then comes the issue with mixing and matching different kinds of services, but also services of the same kind in a certain area. It's very confusing, is what I'm trying to say. It looks like we could do with a bit more of these over here. I've actually already placed down some commercial over here, so once this starts building up, we might be okay. Retail goods are far too hard to sell, decrease production. So our manufacturing is too high. So I mean, it's just crazy. You can't do anything. Okay, what else can we do? Water storage. Is this a good idea? Water storage? Do we even have an issue with water right now? I don't think we do. Education. What is our spread of education like? It's not too bad, actually, I have to say. You might complain and think it's rubbish. It's really not that bad, and if I put one of these small ones over there, these guys are going to be moving in, hopefully, and we can start a new pocket of happily educated people. In terms of these other areas, fire service is... oh no, this is police service. Is pretty good. Police service is one of our things that we're doing fine on. Fire rescue. Fire rescue is, again, quite good. I feel as though we probably could do with one down here. I think the game also works confusingly. Like, there's this sort of whole idea of overall satisfaction. So even though these guys here might be really satisfied with their fire service, if in general one of these four groups of people are dissatisfied with your fire service, it means that they're less likely to move in, which is really not helpful. So if you've got a little pocket of, you know, low skilled workers over here who are really fucking happy, they're like doing drugs and having house parties every day because they're so fucking happy about Pakistan's like wonderful health services. If you got a little pocket over here who are like absolutely shitting themselves because they got nothing to do and like they're just dying of AIDS constantly, no offence if you're dying of AIDS, then overall you're not going to have a net income of unskilled workers because the overall happiness is low, which is really difficult. It makes it like 10 times harder. Water is too expensive, so we do need some more water. Okay, let's get some water. Water storage. I guess it doesn't really matter where we put this, so I'm going to just put it down, I guess, here. Is this water production? Resources sold? Yes. Resources bought? Level of activity? Number of skilled workers? Unfortunately, that is bloody expensive. How much does it cost? 5,000. But I'm hoping if people have more water, then it might improve the amount of people that are moving in. This is the idea, anyway. Tourism services? See, look, it's going up already. So I'm hoping it's fine. Tourism services. There aren't enough tourism services. Do we have tourism in here? Doesn't look like it. And also these parks that I've put down, are these entertainment? What are they? Efficiency low. What the shit is this? Is red good? It's like they switch it up on its head. I'm so confused. I think we avoid this for now. And it looks so... didn't I put down a couple over here? What is this doing? Efficiency low. Monthly cost 1,500. What do these do? Improves nearby environment. But does it? Improves... well, it stops pollution. We're going to get rid of it. I think it's too expensive. I know that's kind of crazy. But here's my number, call me maybe. But I just don't think it's going to help. I think what really helps... What is this? Tiny environment. What I think really helps is placing down forested areas. It seems to do wonders for the nearby environment. I don't really know why. I mean, obviously I know why in real life, but you don't sort of see... There's not like a gauge of it, is there? Like if I click on this... Where the fuck? Where the fuck? Honestly. I just don't even know anymore. Terraforming implies that you can do stuff to terraform the nearby environment, but it doesn't really help. We could get a Kodak Express shop, because, you know, marketing, everyone. Sure, why not? We'll put one of those down there, because it doesn't give us a monthly max cost, which is wonderful. In terms of everything else, I really don't know. These cost a hell of a lot of money. These go... Can these go across water? I imagine if you had a little island. Do we have any islands? No, we don't. We just have these weird little islands, don't we? Okay, well that's fine. I guess one thing that we could do with... What was it? They said landmarks like tourism services? Improves quality of life. Max monthly cost 10,000. We're really struggling with this at the moment. Commerce, leisure, hotels. I don't know whether hotels are a good idea. Maybe they are. Large hotel. Looks like everyone's quite satisfied for hotels, interestingly. I'm wondering whether they're wanting me to put down some big ones, though. Again, what is the gauge of this? High-tech hotel. It's like, great, I'll put one of these down, but what the hell does it do? Business hotels, fine. So we put down some business hotels here. But then that does fuck all, right? So then how do you know whether that's a good thing or not? I am so confused. I guess what we can do though is we can put down some more high-tech offices. It might draw in some more people. I haven't actually thought of putting down places to work for a while, so maybe this will be helpful. So if we put down some high-tech offices over here, like so. Was I doing low... No, I wasn't doing low density, that's fine. And offices in general, we can put down an executive office. Max monthly cost, that is a problem with these. You do have to pay for them, which is not really ideal right now. Especially when I'm struggling to not have to pay for things. So I think what we'll do is we'll put down some more offices here. Please. No, we won't. We'll put down some offices over here instead. Maybe a bit like not that at all. Like that will do. And we can put down some more over here. I don't know why I didn't just do this in the first place. I have to make things more difficult for myself, obviously, don't I? So I'm feeling as though maybe we should put down some offices over here, as there is a slight lack in places for people to work, which is probably not helping them moving in. Obviously, if there's places for people to work, they might slowly start building up. Like here, here's a new office building. Needs executives, and so there's more work and people might move in? I have no idea. What is happening? I guess we could put down some more food industry to try and attract some low wealth peeps. What is this? Food industry. Construction cost 500. So this doesn't actually have a max monthly upkeep. Tax is 66. Maybe we should put down some more of this. Let's do some more farming! Why the hell not? Farming is probably saving us right now, which is something that I didn't expect. Market gardening, sure thing. Feel too large. This is the problem, isn't it? How do you know whether this is helping or not? Is there... I know there's like all these stats that you can look up, but I'm too useless to use those. I am too useless, let's be honest. In fact, what we could do is look at our environment. See, I don't even know where it is in here. Landmarks. Oh, this is where you look. Ah, noise pollution, car pollution, air pollution. So the air pollution's really bad over here. Environment is really bad over here. So that's probably why no one's moving in over in this bit, because no one wants to live right next to the horrible things. Which makes a lot of sense when you say it, doesn't it? Okay, fertile areas, fine. Intercity roads. Oh god, it's saving. Intercity roads, where are they? There aren't any. Intercity highways, fine. Port areas, ground relief. Oh, it's getting lower here, is it? Is that the idea? Holidays over this side, coastal areas. Maybe we should start investing in some holiday areas. I don't really know whether that's going to help or not. Traffic. Traffic is a bit shit. Travel satisfaction, bus traffic, metro lines. Okay. Fertile areas. This is what I mean, I don't understand. Why is there a big dick? What does this mean? I mean, obviously that's the fertile area, but is that helping us in some way? Possibly. Let's just keep putting down some more of this. It seems like a good idea. At least for now it does anyway. It's not costing us anything. And frankly, people need some food, else we'll be rationing again. That was scary when that happened. There we go. What we can do is we can start expanding this over here. A bit like this. Maybe we'll just do it like that. I don't really know. 96. Can I stop doing this now? Why is it making me do a weird one? What the fuck is going on? Okay, look game. Stop trolling me, I'm already fraught enough as it is. For God's sake. Oh god, right, okay, that's fine. We're just going to put down all of this area as farming. And we'll be sorted. Farming for life. More livestock farming, we need our meat. We're lovely meat eaters. There we go. And that's probably okay. Guess we could put down some more fruit farming over here. It's all a fertile area. I don't think it particularly matters what you fill it with. Market gardening. Like that. So this unlocks after you put down a certain number of them, right? So if we put down one of these here, it will improve our income from this. I think. Income taxes, I think that's what's going up. Okay. Farmland is good, apparently. In terms of what we can put here, I don't really know. We can save this with some interesting stuff, I guess. So these guys are really unhappy because these business problems with resources. Oh no, look, they're opening now. Maybe this is good, because this is being sold in our local markets. Maybe this is what I've been missing out on. I have no idea, but I'm going to carry on putting down some more of it. There we go. I would like to think that I come across as if I'm not a complete idiot, although I feel as though I'm sort of completely missing that point as well, myself, because I feel like a complete idiot sometimes. A silo. Food industry. Improves profitability. We'll put one of those down there, I guess. Food specialisation. Cool. Cool beans. Market gardening. What is this? Fertiliser. We need 5 silos. I guess it does make sense when you think about the amount of food that a large city would need. At least these guys aren't going to go hungry now. That's one thing that is absolutely guaranteed. They're going to have so much cereal. Cereal coming out of their ears for days. That's what I like in Pakistan. We're cereal eaters. We are cereal eaters in both senses of the word. There we go. Just got a random hospital on their field. It's fine. It's fine indeed. That's one thing I've never actually looked at. The livestock farming. Have they got the animals actually walking around in the fields? Where are the animals? I want to see the animals. Hello? I want to see a goddamn sheep. Oh look. Ah, there's an old granny. I'm just walking through the countryside. I don't know why she's a sort of Southern American man. That's fine. It is fine indeed. What is going on here? I have no idea. Right. Well, it seems like a good place to end it. If you enjoyed the episode, please feel free to leave your support in the comment section below. Leave ratings and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Pakistan is slowly expanding. I feel as though we're getting there very quickly. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Awkward, awkward goodbye. Awkward.